Is that a mold-like substance? Are you seeing that? Well, we have an expert right here, Kelly with Rest Assured Restore Company. And Kelly, can you tell us about mold-like substances that may come up in a home inspection report or something that a homeowner may see and what they should do to identify if it's problematic or a concern?
Sure thing. So, Fred, number one thing that I hear is I have black mold. Rule of thumb, you can't determine what type of mold, the genre of mold that you're dealing with, based solely off of color alone. Molds come in all different types of colors and can grow on all different types of building substrates. So the number one thing we look to identify is, one, what type of building substrate is the mold growing on? Two, is there a water source involved? Or three, is this all correlated to a lack of airflow and ventilation? In order for mold to grow, you will always need one, water, and two, a food source. The water could come from direct sources such as a plumbing leak, a roofing leak, and or indirect source such as raised humidity, which we see more often in basements and crawl spaces where we have a lack in airflow and ventilation. What will happen, natural grains of moisture in these building substrates will build up into the atmosphere, and then indirectly, your building materials will begin to absorb that moisture, and as a result, mold will start to grow. So what I like to say is, if you suspect you have mold, albeit from an odor, a symptom that you're having health-wise, one, always perform a professional mold analysis. A certified mold inspector will come to your property, look at the rooms of concern, as well as some other areas that might be more prone to mold growth. From there, your inspector will make the recommendation on whether the area should be sampled and or home remedies if it's not a concern based off of the size and the visual appearance. Stay away from things like bleach. That's always the go-to source of, let me spray this bleach on the mold. Bleach contains a chemical called dioxin. Dioxin is more toxic in nature than the mold itself could be. Furthermore, bleach is made up of approximately 80 to 90% of water. So what bleach is doing is bleaching the color out. But now if you just added a bunch of water to the substrate, which could cause more mold, and it breathed in these hazardous chemicals that become more toxic than the mold itself.
All right, so we'll set up number 2 video for what you should do when you see something that looks like mold. Again, we're saying a mold-like substance at this point, and we'll be back with Kelly and he'll give us some ideas on what to do if you encounter that. Remember, who you work with matters. I'm Fred Gomberg with Berkshire Hathaway Fox and Roach, and this is Kelly with Rest Assured. And how can folks find you, Kelly?
Sure, 800 is 855-727-6653. Reach out for a free estimate and you could rest assured while we restore.
Thank you, Kelly.